guys, happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. If you guys are watching the replay on Facebook Live, always let me know in the comments with hashtag replay. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, don't forget to click subscribe right here at this button and give me a thumbs up if you guys find any sort of value in this video. Now in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to get your first 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. And if you're watching this video and you think I'm going to give you some expert secret guru hack that you haven't stumbled across already, this video is not for you, okay? I now have, I just checked this up and I already forgot the number. I have my other phone here. I think I have almost 25,000 followers on LinkedIn. I think it's 24,000. Let me check. I'm going to show you guys the number on this, and it didn't work for any of the other videos, so there we go. 24,788 followers on LinkedIn. So why am I telling you how to get your first 10,000? Because if you follow these steps and you get to 10,000, that's when the snowball effect really happens for your business. I actually saw it, I would say around like 4,000 or 5,000 followers was when I really started to see my work pay off for me. And what is that work? That's what I'm going to tell you to do in this video. So if you guys ever have any questions watching now on Facebook Live, on YouTube, always let me know in the comments because I always get back to your guys' questions. Even if you have a comment, maybe I said something I said didn't make sense, always let me know. I love, the conversation, and hypothetically, if I forget something or if you're an expert and I didn't say anything, let us know in the comments. I'm not claiming to be a guru. I'm just telling you guys what I learned from my experience. So like I said, 10,000 followers. How do you get to that magic number, or whatever your magic number is? That could be 30,000, what have you, okay? There's 3 things that I focused on that really helped me not just grow to 10,000 followers on LinkedIn, but also on Instagram, in my Facebook group, on Pinterest, insert social media platform here, Tumblr, right? Like they all grow the same way. These are the 3 things I focus on, and then I'm going to elaborate after the 3. The first one was my intention. What is my intention for showing up consistently on this platform? If you don't know what intention is, I would highly recommend looking it up, because what a lot of people do is when they start on social media, the first thing they want to do is grow the number next to their name, aka the follower number. They're kind of like, okay, just started on LinkedIn, how can I get to 30,000 connections? Okay, just started on Instagram, how do I get to 10,000 followers? They have the swipe up feature. They hyper focus on the number that they forget what their content is even for. For me, my intention ties into tip number 2. I said I was going to tell you guys 3 things I focused on. First one, it was intention, which ties into my second tip, which is value. So I set my intention where if my goal is to help other people through my experience by delivering value-based content, and if you follow my value answers a question rule, valuable content answers a question. So for example, this could be an FAQ for your business. It could be something about yourself. It could be something about your journey, something other people ask you, which is what you're typically going to find in the comment section of either your posts, or if you don't have a following yet, you can find it on Google. You can find it in subreddits. You can find it, over in Facebook groups, right? Don't be afraid to answer common questions that other people ask but aren't from your following, especially if you're starting out in the beginning. Because I see that hold people back all too often. I tell people, be there for your audience. Support them, which is funny because that's going to be my 3rd tip. Support your audience. Be there for them. Answer their questions. And then I get a lot of comments back, well, they're not engaging with me yet. I have 2 followers. They're not asking me questions, right? If you don't know what questions they are asking you, because quite frankly, they aren't asking you yet, you always know questions people have about your business. You should, because if you're starting something, if you're a coach in something, if you're an expert in something, or if you're starting your own business, you have to have some sort of background knowledge before you start. So what are those frequently asked questions? You can create as posts in your content. Now, so I set my intention. My intention was that I was going to show up every single day and deliver value, which I just gave away my 3rd tip, or my 3rd thing that I focused on. My intention was to show up every single day by delivering value-based content. Why am I doing this? Because to be quite frank, to grow on social media, any platform, not just LinkedIn, people don't care about you. Now, that's going to sound mean. People don't care about me either. And I don't want you guys to take this personally, because it's not to be personal. I'm not saying nobody cares about me. I'm just saying when people stumble across you the first time on social media, they don't know you, right? Everyone's a stranger to everybody else online. And they grow that know, like, and trust with you after you deliver something worthwhile reading in the comment section or in your posts. So just keep that in mind, that your intention has to be something that isn't tied to an ego-based want, okay? So when you're setting your intention and you want to teach people, or you want to share about your business, or you want to grow your business on LinkedIn, you have to be teaching the 4 types of content, which I'll link right up here on YouTube. The 4 types of content are education, connection, inspiration, and sales content. And like I said, I'm going to blaze over that, but if you go to that training, I discuss that thoroughly in detail. And those 4 types of content are going to create a well-rounded brand for you online. Like I said, it's irrelevant to the platform, but because of this video, I'm going to stick to LinkedIn. So your intention is to deliver value. Value was the second thing that I focused on, right? If I always am a person of value, there is no way that someone isn't going to like my content, because I'm going to make sure they see my content through hashtags, through the search, through SEO and keywords, which I have another LinkedIn video that I just did before this one on SEO and keywords. I will link that link up here on, now I'm stuttering. Up there on YouTube. Yeah, on YouTube. I think I'm losing it today. So the third tip that I have for you guys is when you start with your intention, then value, the third one is showing up consistently. So another thing too is when people start growing on social media, more specifically LinkedIn, not only do they second guess themselves and never show up with content, but the second thing that they do is they don't stay consistent with it. They give themselves a time limit. They're like, okay, if I, post every single day for 2 weeks, and if I don't get X amount of vanity metrics, I'm quitting. Or if I do this, I'm going to commit to this for 3 months. And then, if I don't get this result, I'm quitting. And the problem with this is that there are so many different variables that go into play when it comes to growing online. This can be your niche. This can be, the times that you're interacting. This can be the content that you're producing. This can be the way that you're networking on these platforms. There's so many different things that really can judge based off of the rate that you're growing compared to, or not compared to, somebody producing the same exact content as you. So like I said, the 3 things that I focused on getting to 10,000 followers, not just on LinkedIn, but on any social media platforms, it is setting that intention to be a person of value and showing up consistently and every day. Now, let me give you some nitty gritty things that you need to have in order, like do's and don'ts of getting to 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. These are very, very important. And I'm not done the video, even if you thought that was, your typical guru video, 3 things and done. That's not me, okay? So one of the things that you need to do is you need to change your connect button to follow. Now, this could be conflicting advice from what other people are saying, either on LinkedIn, like other LinkedIn experts, or other videos you might have seen on YouTube. This is my reasoning for it, and you can take it, with a grain of salt or do whatever, but this is my reasoning. Is what a lot of other people teach is that you should wait and connect with 30,000 people, because when you connect with 30,000 people on LinkedIn, that switches your button to create a follow button for you. So, and not only that, when you're scrolling through the feed, there's an automatic added follow button next to your name when you hit 30,000 connections. So there's pros and cons to this. And I'm never a person to say my way or the highway. So just hear me out with my rationale and let me know in the comments what you guys think about this as well. So if your main mission, this goes back to intention, right? It's like, what is my goal? My goal is to help other people. When you start helping other people on LinkedIn, they're going to be attracted to you through your content because they're seeing your content because they're searching for it, okay? When they search for a solution to their problem and you create value-based content, they're going to naturally see your content. For example, if you're seeing this video either on my Facebook Live or if you're seeing it on YouTube, especially on YouTube, you searched for, how do I grow my LinkedIn following? How do I get 10,000 followers on LinkedIn? My video popped up. You're watching it right now because I attracted you to my content through search, through keywords, not hashtags on LinkedIn, but it's keywords on LinkedIn. Okay. So when my intention is set that I'm going to deliver value and show up daily, I don't need to be in the social media rat race with Vanity Metric Valerie and Connection Counter Carol, who's clicking connect button like 30,000 times every single day just to hope and pray that she gets 200 more connections. Because what that does is it creates this false sense of reality for your influence and for your business. Okay? So when you're connecting with any random whoosy whatsy online, where does that actually get your business? Nowhere. Okay? It grows the number next to your name, but there's nothing for it to be seen in return. And the problem with that is you're not, like I said, you're not growing your business. You're growing your vanity metrics. So how can we attract our clients towards us? I forgot to say this in the beginning of the video, but I get at least one client lead a day in my LinkedIn DMs from the way that I grew on LinkedIn. How did I do that? Through attraction marketing. Literally, as like what I'm telling you right now is how I attracted my clients to my profile. By setting my attention, creating value-based content and being a person that's supported with value, showing up every single day. Like I said, the 3 things that I said earlier in this video. So right now I'm breaking those down if you're just hopping on my video right now. Phelan says your nicknames are hilarious. Hey girl, how are you? I know when I say them too, I try to like not like laugh inside, but I don't know. I'm weird. Okay. So like I said, you need to switch your connect. So, okay. I kind of want to break this down a little bit more. Maybe I'll do another tutorial video on switching the connect button to follow. So in your LinkedIn settings, you go to LinkedIn privacy. I think it's like, who's following me or something like that. You guys can figure it out or go to Google and figure it out. But you have the option to switch that button from connect to follow. So like I was saying earlier, is that a lot of other people recommend, and I'm not saying it's my way or the highway, just a lot of other people recommend that you reach 30,000 connections before you switch it to follow, because it'll automatically switch to follow and then you see it on your content in the newsfeed. Why I am not going about that way is because I am not connecting with random people on LinkedIn. I am connecting with my ideal clients on LinkedIn. I am connecting with people that I know will need my help. Who is that? CEOs of corporations, CEOs of small business. That is my ideal client. Is it different for you? Probably, and it can be. I'm not saying like that's your ideal client. That is just mine. So when I connect with them, they show up in my newsfeed. So I can prioritize supporting my ideal clients. If they have questions about social media, I can answer them. My attention is focused to my ideal client. So the problem is when you just connect with any random person on LinkedIn just to, reach that 30,000, I was going to say dollar number and it's not a dollar number. Reach that 30,000 number and then, just to flip the switch and for it to be like, okay, yay, I got the follow button. And it's like, okay, you want a cookie? Like you got the follow button. So you can get the follow button right now. So I don't want you guys to fall in this trap when you're going for your first 10,000 that you're so hyper focused on vanity metrics that you forget that this part before you reach 10,000 is where you set the building blocks to grow your business on LinkedIn. And there is so much opportunity on LinkedIn right now, more specifically because as of today, it's almost July of 2020, there is only 1% of people that are active users on the platform that are actually creating content on LinkedIn, which is kind of crazy if you actually think about it. So the opportunity is huge. And not only that, when you create content on LinkedIn and one of their connections likes your content, their whole network can see it, right? So be intentional. The first word that I used, be intentional with who you connect with as well on LinkedIn, because it's too easy to, just even this goes with accepting connection requests too. Just because someone sends you a connect request does not mean you have to accept it. Because remember, when someone follows you on LinkedIn, you don't see their content, but they see your content in their newsfeed. Now, if you connect with them, now they see your content, but then you also see their content. So this is when, if you connect with a lot of lions, and I'm not saying they're all like this, but there's a good chunk of lions, which is LinkedIn Open Networker is what it stands for. They will have the follow trains. They will have thank you for 13,000 connections. Thank you for this vanity metric. Thank you for that vanity metric. And it's like what you start seeing in your feed is no longer of value because that's what those people focus on. And like I said, you can use LinkedIn for whatever you want. I'm just telling you what worked for me, not to just grow my following, but also explode my business during coronavirus. I wanted to keep this evergreen, but during the pandemic, my business exploded because of attraction marketing, not because I focused on, okay, how many more followers can I get today? How many more connections can I get today? Which goes into my next tip that I have for you guys. So you're probably sitting there like, okay, I switched my connect to follow button. Now what do I do? How do I actually get these followers? If you focus on these two things, you will get followers. Create original. That means yours, not a reposted Forbes article, not a reposted Tony Robbins quote with your, business logo attached in the bottom right-hand corner. Your own original content, posted daily, and then supporting people that not just support your content, but supporting their content every single day, including Saturdays and Sundays. You will grow your following on LinkedIn. Now, for some of you, that's going to seem like a lot of work. You're probably thinking, well, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to make a post today. I don't this, I don't that, whatever. And the reason why you're having those thoughts is because of the way it goes back to your intention, right? What is your intention? If your intention is to help other people, well, newsflash, that's how you help other people, is by creating consistent content. Because if you're inconsistent, the algorithm isn't going to be towards your advantage. It's going to favor other people's content. So go back to your intention. Why am I even showing up on this platform? What is the point? It can't be an ego-based want. It has to be selfless. So for example, if you're only posting on LinkedIn because you want more likes, you're only posting on there because you want more followers, you're only posting on there to get more money in your business, me, you're going to have a difficult time growing. Those can be goals, but it shouldn't be your intention. Because when you focus on things that are only about you, it's going to make showing up really difficult because you're never going to know what to say. You're going to be like, what do I say about myself? Like I said, I like ice cream. I said I like going to the beach, but like, what else do they want to know? They don't want to know about you. Like, they truly don't. They want the value that you can provide them. Because like I said, especially on LinkedIn, because it's a business-centric platform, people are always searching for a solution to their problem. So what are you good at? What does your business solve? Even if you're a job seeker, why you? Like, what makes you different if you're looking to apply for jobs? Because you're gonna stand out as, maybe you just graduated from college and you're just like, oh my gosh, how can I stand out? Like I have no experience, whatever. Start sharing what you're good at. Start sharing what you learned in school. Maybe you're in high school. Start now. Like, do it now, because there's two platforms where the algorithms are to our advantage. One is LinkedIn and the other one is TikTok. Okay, what does this mean? This means that their algorithms are favored towards free organic content. Now, the difference between that and an Instagram and Facebook is that Instagram and Facebook favors pay to play, which is advertising. If you use advertising on Instagram and Facebook, you're gonna get an amazing result, okay? I'm not saying Instagram and Facebook don't work. I'm not saying don't post on Instagram and Facebook. I'm just saying these are the facts, okay? Every third post on Instagram and Facebook is an ad, okay? You don't see that over on LinkedIn. When you log on to LinkedIn, you see content from like, it was actually really funny because my mom logged into LinkedIn and she liked one of my posts from 5 years ago. I didn't even think I had LinkedIn 5 years ago. I just started doing this consistently like 9 months ago. Okay, that's another thing I should have added. I got these results within 9 months. I actually started seeing the first like real results after 6, I would say. 5 to 6 months. Now, like I said, there's a lot of variables to that, so I don't want you guys quitting after 5 to 6 months if you're not seeing results, okay? Like I said, I set my intention, I delivered value every single day, which means I created a post every single day. I supported other people, my connections, with back to my intention of helping other people every single day, didn't take a day off, and then I got this result after 5 to 6 months. Okay. So like I said, my mom logged into LinkedIn, and I think that was like when I randomly posted a quote, because I had to like dust LinkedIn off the shelf. I had it back in 2005, just because it randomly came out. That's when I was a student. And then I was like, why am I on this platform? This has nothing I'm like, this is not for me, okay? So I did dust it off the shelf, but I just thought it was funny because it just shows you how, what's that word? Where the algorithm is so, not premature, but it's like, algorithms always go in a bell-shaped curve. This one is like way down here. Okay, it's starting to go up in its popularity, and the more people that log onto LinkedIn and start creating content, that's when the platform matures because it gets smarter, right? And then LinkedIn stories are coming out. So that's a new update that's exciting that's going to make the algorithm mature. And like I know it's out in Australia, so I can't like give any feedback on that yet, but I'm really excited to see how that, plays in with the algorithm of the regular posts that we see. Because we even see it on Instagram that people favor stories over the regular posts. That's a whole another live stream video. So anyways, I'm just saying LinkedIn and TikTok, when you go on LinkedIn, obviously my mom didn't search back for my post from 5 years ago to like my picture. Okay. It was probably one of the first that came up in her feed. So keep that in mind. You would never see that on Instagram and Facebook, ever, okay? So I went on a tangent. I don't even know where I was going with that. But longest story short, the way that you see results and the way that you get your first 10,000 followers on LinkedIn is you have to commit with your intention and stick with it, because this is something that you need to write down as a goal, and then you have it every single day, because it is so easy to get off of your intention. It is so easy to see other people posting follow trains and wanting to do one to grow your following. It's easy to see other people, being like, oh, I just got 20,000 connections. Thank you so much. Like blah, blah, blah. But you don't know how they got them. And that's another thing that I really don't like about LinkedIn, is that people will brag about stuff, but it's not like, they're not transparent about how they got that result. Because just because somebody's bragging about 20,000 connections, okay, so like I said before, don't focus on vanity metrics, because if it's not converting into an ROI for your business, money, then it doesn't even matter. You're not monetizing the following that you're growing. You're growing followers, you're not growing a following. Set your intention, deliver value in comments and your content daily. Now, if you're too scared or you're hesitant to start creating your own content, that's okay. But what's going to help you practice creating that valuable content is by starting to leave valuable comments on your ideal clients' profiles through either supporting them, not one-upping them, but adding additional value, and then making yourself known to them. That is probably 70% of it. Creating your own content and posting daily, really, of the energy you expend on this platform is really only like 30%. More of your energy should be focused on how can I support the people that need my products and services. by replying to comments on my own posts. So if an ideal client comments on your post, you comment underneath to answer their question, say thank you, whatever, or by taking time out of your day. This isn't hours. This could be 5 minutes. It could be 3 minutes. It could be 1 minute. You know, you're waiting for an Uber. Maybe you're waiting to pick up your food. Log onto LinkedIn. Give someone support. Why? Because not only when you do this in the comments section, I made this point on a post on my LinkedIn post. And if you're not following me on LinkedIn, go give me a follow. LinkedIn.com/in/Kylie Francis. And if you're loving this video so far, I forgot to say this, I would love if you gave me a thumbs up and click subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. I so appreciate your support. So when you comment on other people's posts, what happens is that not only are you supporting the person that left the post, so you're providing a valuable comment. Okay, a valuable comment, like I said earlier in this live stream, it's not emojis, it's not hundreds, it's not, like 8 thumbs ups, it's not like cool, it's not great, you're leaving like 2 to 3 sentences of value. Value answers a question, so you're helping somebody out if they are asking a question and a call to action, or if you just want to leave additional value without one-upping them. So when you do this in the comment section, not only does the original poster, who's your ideal client, see your support, they're gonna like it, right? You're helping yourself because you're finding content ideas for yourself by expressing your opinion, because now you know what to make posts on, right? I hope you guys are writing this down because these are some like freaking golden nuggets that I'm dropping right now. When you comment, you're giving yourself your own content ideas. I can't even tell you, I think it's like every day as I'm going through my previous posts and I'm answering people's questions, I will quite literally copy and paste what I wrote as a comment in reply to somebody else and make that a follow-up post. Because I know people have questions about it because I'm answering it in the comment section, okay? That's the easiest way to get content ideas, is to literally set that intention of being a supportive person, because when you start supporting other people, you make yourself a better writer. You make yourself a better teacher, and you become a better listener because you're listening, or in this case, reading what other people are saying, more specifically your ideal clients. So then you know how to help them, and then you know the products and services to create for them. So you're writing this out. So not only does the original poster see that you get practice, but all of the other lurkers are seeing your content, okay? All of the other people that never liked your posts, all of the other people that are in his or her network, right? So if someone writes a post and you comment, that like opens the floodgates to new followers because of the 3 things that I mentioned, and it's literally a win, win, win. Win for the poster, win for you, and a win for other people that found you because they're waiting to find somebody like you. But that only happens when you start showing up consistently. And what is consistently? Daily, okay? So if you guys have any questions, if you're watching right now, let me know in the comments in YouTube, Facebook Live. And like I said, if you're watching and you're loving this, I would love if you guys could give me a thumbs up. So I'm gonna go over the 3 things that I focus on, and if you didn't write them down yet, you should, because this not only works for LinkedIn to get your first 10,000 followers, but it also works to get your next 10,000 followers. It works to get your next 10,000, because like I said, I'm almost at 25,000, and by the time I upload this video, I'll probably be at 30, because I get about like 200 to 300 followers a day on LinkedIn. And not only that, this also works for Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, Tumblr, what have you. These are the exact same 3 things that I always focus on every time I start a new social media platform. So I'm gonna see if you guys said anything in the comments. Okay, Daly says, hi, your live videos are so clear. Are you using any apps to get them so clear? Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you said that, because I've been getting a lot of hate on my old YouTube videos where I, was kind of like shaking the phone because I was holding them on the steering wheel of my car when I used to call them my car rants, and the video quality wasn't really that great. So I'm happy that it's clear. I'm not using any apps, but what I did do was, one, I do have the iPhone 11. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I think the camera quality just gets better. The second thing I did was I made sure that when I do my Facebook Lives that they're in the HD, so the toggle. But when you do that, you also have to make sure that the video settings are the same as Facebook's. And I think it's like 1080 or something like that. I think mine's shooting in 4K, but like I said, I'm not a tech wizard, so I could be wrong. But this is all on Google. I literally just Googled this morning because I kept getting comments on my YouTube where people were like, they were like not mad that it wasn't clear, but they're like, oh, this is great content, but your video quality is so bad. So I'm glad that this is like clear for you guys. So thank you for saying that. But apps, I don't use any apps. It's just making sure that all the video settings are correct and that I'm recording in HD. So those are my 2 tips for you. I hope that helps you daily. Thank you for commenting. So yeah, so let me go back to the 3 tips that I have for you guys, or the 3 things that helped me get to 10,000 followers. The first one was setting my intention. This is so important because there's going to be, like I said, so many times you're going to see all these gurus, all these experts giving you, you know, pod gimmicks, follow train gimmicks. Like you're going to see all of these things get a lot of engagement. But remember, not all engagement is profitable engagement. Not all engagement is profitable engagement. Just because you grow followers doesn't mean you're growing a following, which is your audience, which is someone that's going to purchase from you because they know, like, and trust you. Okay? Always keep that in mind, is set your intention. Tip 1. Tip 2 is to be a person of value. That is my intention. I am showing up to teach other people, just like this video, just like my YouTube videos, just like LinkedIn. Every single day I show up to be a person of value because people will never hate what you're saying if you're a valuable person and you're trying to help other people out. It's the moment when you try to create content where it's like, my opinion on this. I'm an expert on coronavirus one day, and then I'm a social media expert, and then I'm a mask expert, and then I'm a, you know, this expert, that expert. That's where you start losing trust because you're not streamlined. Okay, you're not streamlined on the niche that people grew the know, like, and trust with. Okay, so set the intention, be a person of value. Value answers a question. Deliver that content daily, which goes into my 3rd tip, which is strictly just show up every single day. No more excuses, okay? There's no end in sight. Like, it's like people are always like, well, how long is this going to take? Like I said, for me to see consistent growth and getting a lead every single day took me 6 months. But like I said, I committed. Like, I did it every single day, including Saturdays and Sundays, including weekends, including when I was on vacation, okay? So you have to show up, because the second you don't, that's when the algorithm isn't to your advantage. And then you're like, you kind of almost like have to start over if you take too many days off in between. Not only that, everyone else in the newsfeed is going to quite literally forget about you, including myself, because you're inconsistent, which is a lack of trust, right? Consistency grows the trust because you're consistent with your messaging, but you're also consistent with your work ethic. So like I said, if you guys love this video, I would love if you guys gave me a like on Facebook Live or on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, click subscribe right here with this button to stay tuned for more. I'm going to try to do live streams more frequently. I need to like be on a more consistent schedule, and I realize that. So I'm going to try my best to do this more consistently. So if you guys have any questions about what I said, if you wanted to add anything that worked for you to get your first 10,000 followers, go right ahead and leave them in the comments. I'm not saying what I'm doing is black or white. It's really not. It's just what has worked for me, not just on LinkedIn, but across multiple platforms. So like I said, leave your tips in the comments. If you love this video, let me know in the comments. And if you guys have any questions related more so to LinkedIn marketing, Pinterest marketing, Facebook groups marketing, Instagram marketing, how to grow your business online, let me know in the comments or send me a DM, an email, what have you, because your question could quite literally and anonymously be the topic of my next live stream. So thanks guys for hopping on live. Thanks for watching on YouTube, and I will see you guys on the next live stream. Bye guys.